Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is it a great pleasure and enthusiasm that I can stand here today to deliver this presentation on SoRes Bandung International Annual Conference 2023. My name is Nadia Meirani from Faculty Economic and Business Universitas Islam Bandung. Today, I will deliver my research, and the title is Optimization Productive Waqf in Halal Tourism. On this research, I have 3 members team. They are Ms. Rizka Estesia, and 2 more are our students that are Maudisari and Finka. And before I start this video presentation, I will inform you that the presentation will be divided into 3 sections. They are background, method, and result. And maybe without any further ado, let's move on to the slides. First, we will start from the background research. As we know that the tourism sector is one of the biggest drivers of economic growth, including in Indonesia. It is noted that the tourism sector contributes to GDP or gross domestic product is about 4.8%. And along with this development of the tourism sector, the level of needs of tourists is also developed. And one of that is a halal tourism. Indonesia, as a country with a majority of Muslim population, is considered to be the right provider of the facilities in realizing halal tourism. Even though Indonesia is dominated by a diverse of Muslim population, the community is only considered to be a consumer of Sharia instrument. Even though there are so many Sharia academic instruments and that are considered very potential. One of them is use of Waqf funds. Therefore, this study aims to find out how productive Waqf schemes are appropriate and what are the opinion of the Waqf expert regarding to optimizing the use of Waqf funds in the tourism sector. You know that if a halal tourism can become a huge potential in restoring post-COVID-19 economic condition as well as being an economic driver which previously had quite a significant impact on Indonesia. But even though Indonesia is dominated by a diverse Muslim, like I said before, the community is only considered to be of consumers of Sharia instrument. And along with this development of the time, Waqf is no longer associated with Waqf of object in the form of a land, but its right in a stated law in law number of 41 of 2000 and 2004 concerning about Waqf. Until now, Waqf can be carried out by donating part of the asset owned through by the cash Waqf funds. And optimizing Waqf fund for halal tourism can be a solution for driving the economy in Indonesia, as well as a capital solution for implementing the halal industry sector. And the next is about method and discussion. The implementation of halal tourism in Indonesia has started to be built starting in 2014 until 2019. Indonesia was awarded the first rank for the halal tourism according to GMTI. Productive Waqf means that the Waqf is obtained, managed such a way as to generate profit, and then the profit are allocated to those entitled to receive them. Thus, what is taken from the Waqf is benefit, while the principal property of the Waqf remain intact. And in this research, the method will be using a qualitative approach with a focus group discussion. And the focus group discussion will be we will get experts from the website of Waqf Development Center Indonesia. Okay. And the FGD was held in one meeting divided into three topics. The first is about development halal tourism in Indonesia. The second is management of productive wakaf for halal tourism. And the last is about productive wakaf in Indonesia. Okay, the last but not least about conclusion. So we find some important things that we were obtained through the FGD discussion, including through the productive wakaf scheme that will be developed. Here meaning is how to be the wakaf can develop, grow, and sustain. And if we look out at the wakaf in the modern era, the potential and result are not too comparable. This is because of 70% wakaf is only allocated for use mosque, musola, and prayer rooms, so it's less productive. In accordance with the research conducted by CASDI 2014, one of the potential wakaf it can be utilized in development that it have economic value, such as developing trade, financial investment, developing industrial asset, buy property, and so on. However, what we need to be considered is the strength of the risk mitigation that needs to be emphasized, because in the development of productive wakaf schemes, the value of the wakaf cannot be lost or reduced unless there is a depreciation. And the potential for halal tourism in Indonesia itself is also considered to be growing. This is supported by the emergence of the needs of Muslim and Muslim women who can now be said to be a community. This is also indicates that is a sign that Islamic social culture, both in Indonesia and globally, is increasingly recognized, and means that Muslims have begun to be accepted and more a concern in developed countries. Of course, that will provide a multiplier effect, and one of which is to boost the economy. According to Arjudin and Nur Wahidin 2015, said that the optimizing wakaf funds for halal tourism can be a solution for driving the economy in Indonesia. The existence of this halal tourism even attracts non-Muslim countries because it is related to the 5 halal travel development goals, one of which is to bring up hospitality, so that is considered to be an attraction for tourists. Until the question arises how the right scheme so that productive wakaf can support the development of halal tourism in Indonesia. That is by creating a mutually reinforcing synergy. Risk mitigation and management needs to be strengthened so that it can estimate what things will become obstacles and how to overcome them. Of course, a professional and experienced Nazir is needed to be able to manage productive wakaf so it can be sustainable investment. And this is the last from my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and till meet again until our next research. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.